Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. I have a flow here for you today to help with belly fat. So we're going to twist and detoxify in this region right here, and forward fold, which helps with digestion. Okay, so this is just going to be like a 15-minute easy belly fat sequence. That's what I'm going to call it. Flow for belly fat, which we all have. It's the hardest to lose because, anyway, when the body doesn't know what to do with something, it usually just stores it away as fat. So it can be some of the toughest to try to get rid of. So that's the whole process. But exercise is definitely going to help. Twisting, detoxifying the body is definitely going to help. Okay, so moving this whole region. All right, so we're going to begin just sitting up in our seat for a moment, closing down the eyes. Any comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit on a block, you can sit back on your heels like me. I'm sitting back on my feet. So this also helps with digestion. When we sit back here in hero's pose, when we sit back on our heels, toes can be tucked or untucked like this, so you get a little bit more activation in the feet, but it helps with digestion, actively lengthening out here through the front side. So we have meridians that move through the front side of the body, helping to aid in digestion, keeping those pathways open. So we're just sitting up nice and tall, bringing our awareness to the spine, to our breath, inhaling through our noses, into the deep low belly. Exhale, belly in, contract the navel back in towards the spine. Inhale, fill, belly expands, rib cage rises, chest rises last, the tall is lengthening up. Exhale, belly in, navel back in towards the spine, in and up. You can choose to lift the pelvic floor here as well, finding those bandhas, energy locks, we call them. Inhale, last one. Exhale, belly in. Settling in on an intention for today, a positive affirmation or reciting a mantra that you may have. Could be I am healthy. I am kind to myself and to others. Any positive affirmation. All right, so we're going to begin in our tabletop, hands and knees, shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees, a couple rounds of cat-cow. We're going to drop the belly and gaze up, lengthening through our center line, opening up the throat, broadening through the collarbones, tucking our tailbone. This is our inhale, exhale, round it out like a cat. Move the shoulders forward, hips back. Maybe you want to send the hips from side to side. You can draw a half circle shape here, or just simply sway your hips from side to side for a happy cow. Inhaling, the right arm reaches up to the sky, lengthening through the right side body. Inhale, reach, 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 shoulders stack here. Exhale, lower right hand down. Right shoulder drops down to the mat. We thread the needle. We thread the right hand behind the left here. So dropping the right side of the face down to the mat. We're going to walk the left fingertips forward, opening up the chest, shoulder and the armpit. Gazing past the right fingertips. Left hand presses, right arm reaches back up to the sky, making more space in between each rib here. Opening up the chest, making room for the lungs. Inhale, exhale, lower right hand down. Happy cow, sway those hips from side to side or move the shoulders forward and back. Pressing into the left hand, reaching the left arm up to the sky. Inhale, lengthen, reach, shoulders stack. Exhale, lower down. The left shoulder comes down to that left side of the face. Right fingertips walk forward, gazing past the left fingertips. Find your drishti, any point in space, the place where we rest the eyes, rest or focus the eyes to keep our inner awareness. Inhale and exhale. Right hand presses up, left arm reaches up. We press into that right palm. One more time, we're opening up our rib cage here. So we're opening up the chest, making more room for the lungs. Inhale, exhale, left hand lowers down. And we can maybe roll the wrist if you want to, shake them out. Roll, you can make a fist, tense and release, fist and release it. We're gonna tuck our toes, index finger points forward, fingers spread nice and wide. We're gonna tuck our toes and lift our hips up and back here, downward facing dog. Pedaling up the feet here, gently bending one knee, straightening the opposite leg, maybe gazing underneath the opposite armpit. Feet are hip width apart or big toes touch. Right leg is gonna lift up to the sky, that back foot is flexed as we gaze forward. We're gonna draw our knee in towards our chest as we step our right foot up in between our hands at the top of the mat. So you can just plant the foot, help it get there. So shoulders come forward. If it's really hard here, you can drop this right foot down and just try to walk this foot up, okay? Here with me, we lift that right leg and we're gonna bring our shoulders forward, drawing the knee in towards the chest, belly in, squeezing everything into our center line. Belly in, belly in, belly in, puff the space up in between the shoulder blades. And then we step gracefully, step that right foot up in between our hands at the top of the mat, or like I said, help it get there into our low runner's lunge. We shift slightly forward, send the heel back. We want right knee over right ankle as we extend the spine, little micro movement in the hips. Find the length of that back side, that left side. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna go hands, framing the front right foot. So plant your hands shoulder width apart, right foot steps back to meet left, high plank. High plank is gonna go to low plank or lower all the way down to the mat. Press it up, cobra or up dog, extending the spine. Maybe a full up dog, engaging and lifting the legs. We lengthen through the torso. Exhale, rolling over the toes, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Or you can pass through a tabletop and then tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, hips are squared, that back foot is flexed. Inhale here, exhale, step, gracefully step or float left foot up in between the hands. So we're gonna slowly move through this, drawing that left knee towards the chest if possible. Otherwise, we just help that foot get up in between the hands at the top of the mat, belly in, flat back, squeezing everything into that center line. Left foot floats up. Low runner's lunge, in between the hands, left knee over left ankle. Extending the spine, little shifts, forward and back, forward and back. Finding your low runner's lunge here. Planting the hands, framing the front left foot. So you could also bring your hands to the block because we do want to extend the spine there. Nice, tall, long spine. All right, so we kind of pop up onto the fingertips and then we plant them down. Or like I said, also our hands could be supported by blocks. Framing the front left foot, step it back, high plank. High plank goes to low, optional chaturanga. Pressing it up for a cobra or up dog. Extending the spine, we're lengthening the spine out of the pelvis here. Lengthening through our center line. Inhale, exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. So warming up and we're gonna look forward. And we're just going to walk our feet up, forward and back, starting on the left side. So we're gonna walk left foot up in between the hands, followed by right. Left foot steps back, high plank. Left foot meets right, walk it back. So left foot, right foot in between the hands, left foot back, high plank. So we went from our down dog to our high plank to step the feet up. Walking the feet up, walking the feet back. Left foot, right foot other side, leading with the right foot. Right foot steps, left foot steps, step it back. Right foot forward, right foot back. Left meets right. Right foot forward, right foot back. Left meets right. Flat back, belly in, for strength. Last one. Right foot steps up, left foot. Right foot steps back. High plank goes to low, lower down, moving through a optional flow here. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a child's pose together. So we're gonna drop down to the knees. Maybe opening up the knees wide. Toes touch. So feet come together. We send the hips back in between the heels. Hips back to the heels. So the toes, the feet, and the knees and feet could also come completely together and touch. And then we can bring our forehead down to the mat and then rest the shoulders. So palms face up, the arms by our sides. Or this is our extended child's pose, and we walk, reach the fingertips forward. So knees together or knees open wide as we sit back towards the heels. Pressing your way back up to hands and knees tabletop, to downward facing dog, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back. Be pedaling up the feet here one more time. This time, we're gonna lift our right leg up. Right foot is gonna step to the outside of the right hand. Outside of the right hand, we're on the ball of that back left foot for our dragon. All right, dragon or lizard. So you can choose to drop that back knee down if you wanted to, and untuck the toes. Otherwise, we're on the ball of that back left foot. And we're gonna move through what we just did, like a chaturanga. So we're gonna lower down chin, chest, and heart. Just like our high plank goes to low, bending the elbows, we're gonna lower down chin, chest, and heart and sweep up for our cobra pose. We're extending the spine. We're gonna do that one more time. Send the heel back, little shift back. All right, and that left heel, bending the elbows, lowering down chin, chest, and heart. Send it up for your cobra pose, like you're pretending we're extending the spine like we're in our cobra pose. Last one. Send the heel back, lower chin, chest, and heart, sweep it up, extending the spine for that cobra pose. So like I said, you could also do this with that back knee down and lower. So it's a really strong pelvis and hip opening posture. Step it back, high plank, optional flow. Lowering down, press it up, cobra or up dog. Exhale. Roll over your hips. Roll over the toes, lift the hips up and back. Down dog, left leg lifts. Hips are squared, that back foot is flexed. Drop that left hip bone down, look forward, gaze forward. Gracefully floating the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Into our dragon or lizard. So once again, option to drop that back knee down and untuck the toes, keeping the elbows inside of the left knee. We're bending the elbows though. We lower down chin, chest, and heart. Sweep it up for your cobra. Extending the spine. Inhale, and then exhale, we take that little shift back in that back right foot. So we just send the heel back. Lowering down chin, chest, and heart. Sweep the torso up, extending the spine. Inhale, exhale, send that right heel back. Lower down chin, chest, and heart. Sweep it up, cobra. Extending the spine. Last one. So if you drop that back knee down, try it on this side. Extend the spine. Once again, really nice opening in the pelvis and in this hip. You can be on the outer edge of this left foot as well, or that foot stays planted. We're trying to kind of keep the knee hugged in towards the shoulder as we do this. And we press into the ball of our back right foot, step it back, high plank, goes to low, press it up, cobra or up dog. Inhale, exhale, down dog, child's pose. Sending the hips back to the heels, forehead down to the mat. Knees open wide or knees touch. Any variation is fine. Take rest. We're going to go into our seated forward fold, straightening the legs out in front of us, making room for our sitting bones. Sitting bones are grounding. Inhale, sweep the arms up, sternum is lifting up. We're going to hinge forward from our hips and forward fold. So lift the sternum, reach the fingertips forward, hinging from the hips and forward folding, interlacing your hands there underneath the feet if you wanted to. Interlace the fingers together, or you can take a bind to your ankles, your shins. Your peace fingers could bind your big toes. Trying to slightly flex the feet like you're making a footprint out in front of you. Folding yourself in half. Belly draws in. Inhale, breathing into the spine, breathing into the neck and shoulders, finding more room there. A little bit more space to invite in that intention. I am love. I am awareness. And we're just going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And we're going to take a twist. So we're going to bring our right fingertips forward and our left fingertips back. And just kind of twist over to the left. All right, right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. Arms are open nice and wide. Strong T arms, maybe gazing past the left fingertips. Other side, bring hands to the center line, heart center. Twisting to the right, right fingertips behind us, left fingertips out in front of us. Twisting from the torso. Inhale here, fill the belly, exhale. Belly draws in, one more breath, inhale. And exhale. Belly draws in, hands come back to prayer. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to make our way down on the mat and hug the knees into the chest. So the spine rests along our mat. Knees bent, we hug them in towards the chest. Reach your hands around for the top sides of the shins here, kind of around the knees. Reach for your opposite wrist, elbows, or forearms. Squeezing the knees in towards the chest. Gently rocking from side to side. I'm gonna scoot out of the sun a little bit and we're gonna straighten our legs up to the sky. Flexing the feet, pointing the toes, flex the feet, point the toes, maybe roll the ankles in one direction, then the other direction. We're gonna lift up for a full shoulder stand and then plow pose. So we're going to press our way up into the forearms and into the palms. So palms plant, forearms rest by our sides. We gently press our way up into the shoulders, not the neck, easy on the neck. Just straighten those legs up to the sky, squeezing your glutes. Strong lifted legs and feet. You can point the toes or make a footprint towards the sky. You can stay here resting on the shoulders in our shoulder stand. The elbows, take a little elbow stand here to help us support the hips and lift the hips up a little bit higher when we reach around for the hips, or the hands could lower down to the mat, pressing up into those forearms, using all of your core strength. And then we can gracefully try to lower the feet over our head for plow pose. Activating our thyroid gland. Closing up the throat here. So you can play around. You can keep the hands supporting the hips in your plow. Maybe the feet don't touch. Maybe they never will. That's okay. Everyone has a different physiology. We're just trying to eventually reduce the belly fat to get the feet over the head. Chin stays tucked. We have to start somewhere. You can lift one foot and then the other back to our shoulder stand. And you can play around here from shoulder stand to plow pose. And eventually we're just going to lower down one vertebrae at a time back to our waterfall. So the spine, the whole spine is resting down on the mat. The legs stay lifted, feet over the heart. This is an inversion. Anytime we get the feet above the heart, all of this chi, this blood, life force energy flowing back into us, reversing that blood flow, reversing gravity. The blood is our healer. So it's vital that we oxygenate our blood fully. Cancer doesn't like oxygen either. All right, so the deeper we breathe, the more we oxygenate and the more we keep our blood flowing. We're delivering more oxygen to all of the cells of our body. Like as I said, cancer doesn't like oxygen. It actually kills cancer. So oxygen. So fully breathing, fully inhaling, fully exhaling, and moving the blood